Hey everyone, welcome back to the Money Game, the channel where we learn step by step how to make money work for us 24 hours a day, whether we're sleeping, traveling, or just living life on our own terms. Today we're diving deep into exactly that. How to create income streams that flow consistently, even when you're not actively working. No, this isn't about extreme sleep patterns or grinding 18 hours a day forever. That's for people who want to burn out. What is real and achievable is building passive income sources that, after smart upfront effort, keep depositing money into your account month after month. As you saw in the title, I'm sharing 5 of my favorite passive income sources and exactly how you can scale them to generate an extra $500 a day or even more, depending on how much you grow each one. Over the years, I've tested almost every passive income strategy out there. If you watch previous videos on this channel, you know I started from zero. No completed college degree, no savings, no powerful connections. But little by little, I met people who opened my eyes, and I began applying their ideas to my own life. I'm deeply grateful to everyone I crossed paths with along the way, from a warehouse worker who casually explained dividends to me while I was handing out flyers as a teenager, to entrepreneurs already running multi-million businesses. Each one gave me a different piece of the puzzle and helped me understand that passive income isn't reserved for trust fund babies. It's accessible to anyone willing to learn and act with discipline. If it's okay with you, I want to take you on the same journey I went through. It doesn't matter if you're 18 and stuck in your first low-paying job, 30 and feeling like your salary never stretches far enough, or past 40 and wanting to accelerate financial freedom before it's too late. In this video, you'll find practical tips, real examples tailored to Mexico and Latin America in 2026, and strategies you can start applying even with very little starting capital. Ready to dive all the way in? Buckle up, get comfortable, and to help YouTube show this to more people who desperately need it, hit that like button right now. Already did it? Perfect. Let's get straight to it. But before we jump into 5 sources, let's clear up exactly what passive income is and what it isn't, because there's a ton of confusion and misleading marketing out there. Personally, I don't even love the term passive income because it sounds like you'll make tons of money doing absolutely nothing, and nothing could be further from the truth. When I first heard it, I thought it was pure hype, one of those get-rich-quick, without effort scams. You know the saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. School teaches us the only way to earn well is to study a career, get a good job, and work hard for 40 or 50 years. The problem is we all have the same 24 hours a day as the richest person on the planet. The huge difference is that they find ways for their money to work 24/7 while we work for money. Picture this. You spend days, weeks, or months creating something with focused effort, and then that something pays you forever, even while you're on vacation, sick, or just don't feel like doing anything. Want to take a day off? A whole week? No problem. The money keeps coming in. That's real passive income. Sure, it requires heavy work up front, sometimes more than a traditional job, but the difference is that once the system is running, it keeps paying without your daily presence. The ultimate goal is to have as many different passive streams as possible until together they cover all your living expenses. Anything extra gets reinvested to grow even bigger. The ultimate dream is using active work money to invest, then living off the passive income that flows in. That way you can retire early if you choose, or simply have the freedom to decide what to do with your time without money stress. My first real taste of passive income came in a very casual way during my teenage years. I was handing out flyers in newspapers every morning to earn extra cash, and I'd always pass by a big warehouse where the workers chatted between shifts. Every week they talked about a new stock they were buying. At first I didn't understand a thing, but one day one of them said casually, "I'm already a shareholder in a big oil company, and every quarter they deposit dividends into my account." I thought, shares? Dividends? That's for rich people, for folks with millions. But he explained it wasn't true. Anyone could start with small amounts. That one comment shifted my entire perspective forever. Before, I thought the stock market was an exclusive club. That day, I realized it was a tool available to anyone willing to learn. Let's break it down step by step. What exactly is a dividend, and how can you get started with very little capital to generate real passive income? When you invest in the stock market, You buy tiny pieces of publicly traded companies. Those shares give the company money to grow, expand, pay debts, or invest in new projects. In return, you become a partial owner. Without shareholders, public companies couldn't operate at scale. A dividend is the reward many companies give shareholders when they have strong profits. The board decides whether to pay and how much. If they give themselves bonuses, they also have to pay shareholders. That money arrives as cash in your account, monthly, quarterly, or annually, depending on the company. The best part, unlike the classic buy low, sell high strategy, with dividend-paying stocks, you don't need to sell anything to profit. The shares remain yours, and the dividend keeps coming. It's like owning a business that pays you rent without any extra work. Realistic example from Mexico in 2026. Imagine I own a custom mug business. I tell you, I need capital to grow. Give me 1,000 pesos, and I'll give you 40 pesos a year from profits. That's a 4% return. It sounds small, but if you do it with several solid companies and reinvest the dividends, in 10 to 15 years, the snowball becomes massive thanks to compound interest. Many beginners chase the highest dividend yield possible. I thought that too at first. But beware, a small company paying out too much leaves little to reinvest in itself, and sooner or later it may cut or reduce dividends. That's why long-term thinking is key. Check payment history, company financial health, sustain growth, and diversification. In Mexico, you can start with apps like GBM, Cuspid, or traditional brokerages. Diversify. Don't put everything in one sector. If oil crashes, let banks, consumer goods, or tech save you. Today, my main focus is on low-cost dividend growth index funds because they're less risky and require less research time. I talk much more about index funds in other videos on the channel, so check them out after this one. It all depends on your goals and how much time you have to research individual companies. If you're a beginner, start with ETFs that track the S&P 500 or Dividend Aristocrat indexes. With patience and consistent contributions, this source can become one of your most stable and powerful. Source number 2, selling products online, e-commerce, and dropshipping. This source exploded for me when I heard the story of a young guy who started selling things online and ended up billing impressive numbers. I had dabbled in occasional sales on platforms, but I didn't understand how to scale it into a real business. One day, I met someone who told me he was making over $100,000 a month selling online. Obviously, I wanted to know how. That quickly became one of my main income sources. Product selling every day, worldwide, 24 hours a day, without me having to handle each order. In 2026, e-commerce in Mexico and Latin America is growing over 25% annually. You can start as a side hustle or turn it into your main business using platforms like Mercado Libre, Amazon Mexico, Shopify, or even Facebook Marketplace. The best part, you don't need your own inventory. With dropshipping, you promote the product, the customer pays, and the supplier ships directly without you touching it. I prefer full control in managing my own warehouse when volume grows. But if you're starting, dropshipping is ideal to learn marketing, sales, and logistics without risking much capital. Practical tips that would have saved me months of mistakes. Guard your profit margins like your life depends on it. In dropshipping, it's easy to lower prices to sell more. But if you don't profit on each sale, you're working for free. Look for popular products, high demand, or unique ones, low competition. In Mexico 2026, winners include phone accessories, home items, sports supplements, pet products, home office gear. Invest time in better than competition marketing. Take pro photos with your phone, good light, clean background. Write persuasive descriptions selling emotional benefits. Create short videos for TikTok and Reels. Start small, 200 to 500 pesos daily on Facebook/Instagram ads. Measure ROAS, return on ad spend, and scale what works. Real story from someone I know. He started selling custom phone cases in 2022 with 15,000 pesos initial investment in ads and samples. Today, he bills over 150,000 pesos monthly net and only spends 4 to 5 hours weekly supervising. Everything else runs automatically. Source number 3, real estate, the safest long-term investment. A business friend convinced me after I watched him accumulate properties for years. At first, I thought you needed millions to enter real estate, but that's not true. There are many ways to generate passive income in real estate without buying a full property from day one. Option 1. Collective investment funds or real estate crowdfunding. In Mexico, platforms like Brick, M2 Crowd, or Inverspot let you invest from 10,000 or 20,000 pesos in big projects, office buildings, apartments, industrial warehouses. You receive proportional monthly rent plus appreciation at the end. Option 2. Rent-to-rent or subleasing. Rent a house or apartment in high-demand areas, Polanco, Roma, and CDMX, Providencia and Guadalajara, tourist zones like Cancun or Puerto Vallarta, and list on Airbnb or Booking. Earn the difference between your rent and nightly income. Many people net 30,000 to 80,000 pesos monthly with 2 to 3 properties. But beware, you're responsible for rent even if occupancy is low. Option 3. Direct purchase with low down payment. Save 10 to 20% for a down payment on a house or apartment in an up-and-coming area, emerging neighborhoods, near industrial parks, universities, or new metro lines. Tenants pay your mortgage, and eventually you own an asset generating lifelong monthly rent. Personal example. I saved for years for a 20% down payment and bought a small house in a growing area. Today, the rent covers the full mortgage and leaves me 8,000 to 12,000 pesos net monthly. In 15 to 20 years, it'll be 100% mine, and the rent will be completely passive income. Important warning. Research local regulations. Many cities limit Airbnb. Get proper insurance and keep a maintenance fund. Start small and scale once you have experience. Source number 4. Creating digital content. YouTube, courses, affiliates. A close relative showed me YouTube's power when his channel grew from 0, and by age 20, he was traveling with big brands because of it. I realized well-made content can generate passive income for years. Here on The Money Game, we started with a phone and basic editing. Today, ads, sponsorships, and affiliate links cover costs and generate steady extra income. Anyone can do it. You just need a phone and willingness to learn. All basic knowledge is free on YouTube. Real options. YouTube channel with evergreen videos, timeless topics, how to invest, save, budget, etc. Monetize with YouTube ads plus affiliates. Online courses on platforms like Hotmart, Udemy, or your own site. Record once. Sell thousands of times. Affiliate marketing. Product reviews, phones, courses, financial tools with Amazon, Mercado Libre, or broker links. Every sale through your link earns commission. Key. Create relevant, non-expiring content. A well-made video on how to invest 5,000 pesos in 2026 can generate views and commissions for 5 to 10 years. Source number 5. Selling digital products and packaging knowledge. Everything changed after a deep reflection on how the world works today. Information is worth more than gold. Companies like Airbnb don't own properties. Facebook doesn't create its own content. Netflix isn't a traditional TV channel. The internet changed everything. I started selling a digital program I only had to create once, and now it sells hundreds of times without intervention. Near 100% margins after initial investment. Practical ideas for you. Create a simple app with in-app purchases, games, productivity tools. Build niche Instagram or TikTok pages and sell them when they have followers. Package your knowledge. Recorded courses, ebooks, Excel finance templates, PDF guides, Lightroom presets, etc. The most valuable thing you have is in your head. Invest time turning it into a digital product and sell it over and over. I've met so many people who helped me build these sources. Never underestimate anyone. A warehouse worker can know more about stocks than many experts. A kid who played with toys can end up dominating e-commerce. Anyone can surprise you, including yourself. The big message: start with one source, master it, diversify, and be patient. Passive income doesn't arrive overnight, but when it does, it changes everything. If this video sparked something inside you, if any part of the plan made you think, I could actually do this, or this is the exact roadmap I've been missing, then let's turn that spark into action right now. Here's what I'd love for you to do, and why it matters. Smash that like button. It takes 1 second. But it tells YouTube this content is valuable and helps push it to more people who are tired of feeling stuck with money, just like you might have felt before watching. Drop a comment below and tell me honestly, which of the 5 passive income sources are you going to try first? Is it dividends with index funds? scaling a dropshipping store, buying your first rental property, creating and selling a digital product, or building that YouTube/content machine. I read every single comment and reply to as many as I can. Your answer might inspire the next person scrolling right now who's feeling lost. And if you have a question about any step tools, platforms in Mexico/Latam, mindset blocks, scaling tips, ask it here. I'm in the comments with you. Share this video with one person who needs it. Maybe a friend who's always complaining about money, a cousin starting their first job, a co-worker stuck in a 9-to-5 grind, or even your younger sibling who's about to finish high school. Just send it with a quick, "This gave me ideas." Watch it when you have 40 minutes. One share can plant the seed that changes someone's entire financial future. Be that person for them. And if you want more no-fluff step-by-step guides that actually help you win with money, strategies I use myself and share transparently, then subscribe to The Money Game right now and hit the bell so you never miss the next one. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with me today. You're not just watching videos. You're taking real steps toward freedom. I'm honored to be part of your journey. Let's keep building together. I'll see you in the comments and in the next video.